of the things I wanted to ask you about or just mention is that you can't turn on the news, and especially 3 months ago, I travel a lot, so I'm always watching the BBC or I'm watching CNN International, because they don't have JCN when you're in Cambodia, unfortunately. But when you're watching these things, the thing that was going on, especially 3 months ago, was the hunger crisis.
Yep.
And if you really look, this is such an issue worldwide right now. The increasing price of oil has had a terrifying effect. If you're looking at sub-Saharan Africa, if you're looking at sort of Southeast Asia, there's a whole bunch of countries that even though they're producing a lot of their own food, they produce enough rice, they produce enough of certain products, getting other food to them is literally just increase the hunger levels there, the sort of hunger poverty level twice-fold. Do we see that's going to have an impact here in the Bahamas?
It already is, and I mean the hunger crisis is still going on, unfortunately. But yeah, even in as affluent and wealthy nations as the United States, you know, there's a much greater number of individuals that are utilizing emergency food services because of the difficult conditions. Again, people that would otherwise be living normal middle-class circumstances are having to resort to food assistance. And there was just an article in the newspaper on Friday that Rupert Roberts, the president of Super Value, had commented on rising food prices ranging from 10% in the case of simple bell peppers to 60% for things like flour and cooking oil.
And butter. I don't know if anybody's bought butter recently, but the price has doubled. This is a peeve of mine because I like butter. It's not good for you, but I like it. It went from being 90 cents for a little pat, you know, the thing of butter. It's now $1.89. I don't care what supermarket you're in. And it's,
I know.
If you were making minimum wage in our country, this is just, it's a catastrophe.
Yeah, I mean, the hunger is always going to exist, but like we said, obviously now it's certainly exacerbated, and the food assistance and other government benefits are not indexed to inflation or the cost of food. So the $80, like I said, that's supposed to cover 4 people in a household or more for an entire month is not even close to cutting it. The new budget allocations do have provisions for increased amounts of the food benefits, but the point is people are hungry and they don't have the resources that they need to feed themselves, but they do exist. So again, Hands for Hunger is set up to provide that meaningful, efficient link in our community to get that food to people that need it, and once that's done, hunger won't exist as a problem.
Right. Yeah. And again, what I wanted to say was that if you've been watching, and as I said, if you're now inspired, go to the Hands for Hunger website. Again, it's www.handsforhunger.org. Go look them up, call them up, email them, do whatever you got to do, but volunteer. And you can volunteer anything. You can volunteer your time. If you don't have the money, you can volunteer your time. If you don't have the time, you can volunteer your money. And if you're one of the remaining supermarkets or restaurants, I didn't hear if you had like Bamboo Shack and all these guys, and I don't know if any of these guys, and I don't mean to single you out, but you're a great restaurant, so I'm giving you promo because I think you guys have good food. But if you're one of these other restaurants out there that has, especially if you have a number of locations, call them up. Tell them you'd like to donate the food. Or, you know, you can also let me know if instead of donating through Alanna's program, if you're actually a restaurant that's already donating food directly in your neighborhood, let me know. I'd love to give you a plug because I think that's great too. You don't always have to go through the existing channels. But again, please volunteer, whether it's time, money, food, even if it's just your knowledge. You know, there's a whole bunch of things that can be beneficial here.
Definitely.
So good luck to you and your sister. It's been great having you on the
show. Thank you.
Harry went shop, I bought her half-past 10. 2 hours later, you know I'm